Hello, everyone. It is Joe. My voice might be a little lower today. I have been a little parched. I'm going into town to get a bunch more water, so that'll be fun. I just finished my last bit a minute ago. And I'd like to talk with you about taking time off. I took some time off, took a couple nights off in the woods, uh, because I got to the point where that's what I needed to do. I couldn't do anything else. I couldn't work. Travel, just needed time off. And, ooh, I gotta quit playing with these settings. No, I don't. They're fun. And if you guys have listened this far, you'll probably put up with it. Anyway, I've just been doing a lot of travel and working as I go some. Sometimes I've just been traveling alone. Uh, I mean, yes, I'm traveling alone, but I mean as one single activity. Uh, Forgive me for being a little out of it. I haven't spoken with anybody in a couple days, so whew, words are coming out a little sideways. Been doing a lot of thinking and some self-care. If you're like me and you have this adventurous spirit, there's a bug. You want to jump in and do everything and get to the goal as quickly as possible. Maybe it's a hero complex. I don't know where it comes from. Uh, Maybe it's feeling that we can't accomplish everything we want to and have time off. Maybe it's that feeling of scarcity, of things not being enough. I don't know what it is. But anyway, I've been working really hard. I've been traveling. Took some time off work to just travel and not work because I had a big travel itinerary through South Georgia, which can be a little tricky, or at least I've told myself that it was. Suffice to say, between the work, between the travel, between the worrying about not working when I took the time off just to travel, between all of that stress, I just needed some time off to do nothing. And I don't know about you, but I have these moments that I call crashes that can last a day or two or longer if I don't stop working. I just have these crashes where my mind and body just say, stop. You are going to do nothing, whether you like it or not. I think for many people, they may just get sick. I think a lot of people get physically sick, and I don't. I am really, really healthy. I'm a really healthy person. I take care of myself. I get a lot of exercise. So I don't have that natural, I worked so hard I got sick and now I'm forced to take a day off kind of thing that I think a lot of people indulge in. Um, for me, I indulge in something else, which is working as hard as I can, whether that's at paid work or work for my own company, building my brand. You know, I'm trying to make something out of these conversations I have with you someday. And so I work on that. I, like I said, I travel a lot. It's a lot of hard work, especially now that it's coming into spring, getting towards summer. It's pretty hot. I get parched. I'm riding my bike 40, 50 miles a day, weighed down with a lot of gear. I just work myself to the bone and then I freak out. And that's that's something I'm done with. Let's put it that way. A couple days ago I told myself I'm just going to put all of my work, the websites that I work on, I'm going to put it all on vacation mode. I'm going to contact my other clients that I work with one-on-one and just tell them, hey, I need some time off. I don't know how long it's going to be. I'll let you know when I'm available. And I had to set things up for the possibility of not going back to this lifestyle or this work or whatever. I had to say, I'll let you know when I come back. The implication being I may not come back. I may do something else. And that's extreme. I like my lifestyle. I like the way that I make money. And I can see it leading into other things that are going to be very enjoyable. A whole variety of things that I'd like to try. Like I said, including making more out of these conversations I have with you. I've thought about writing some fiction. I've thought about, um, gosh, a lot of things. It's funny, as soon as I started putting them in words, I had a mental blank. That's how you know you're facing fears, is when your brain tries to shut off to prevent you from facing them. So let's pound through that one. Writing some fiction, maybe writing some nonfiction stuff, certainly writing some articles and blogs, not for hire, but just for, affiliate purposes or other ways to make money from my writing. So yeah, I've got lots of ideas, and I'm certainly going to try some, if not all of them, out. Of course, I'm the kind of person who has many more ideas of how to spend a lifetime than this lifetime. Some of those will have to wait until next time, I guess, but I can explore them a bit. Um, I'm always adapting and moving ahead, that's for sure. Making the most out of this lifetime and certainly exploring a lot of lifestyles and careers. It's one of my greatest passions, I think. Like I say, it's Bert from Mary Poppins, if you know the reference. Good, I pounded through that one. I faced my fears. Remember that. You will get mental blocks when you try to put things in words that you've had in thoughts or hopes. You will have mental blocks when you try to move your business ahead, or emotional blocks. When I try to push my personal business ahead, I sometimes get stuck in fear of taking that one more step. The other day I was, right before I crashed actually, I was working on some expansions of this personal brand, and I faced a lot of fear. It might have been too much for me. Like I said, I'm done with this crashing thing. I'm certainly going to give myself more time off and more care. But yeah, I was working on this idea of creating an email list for people who are really interested in the sacred sexuality part of my site, of my conversations with you here on the vlog. I really want to make that a focus because it's something that I'm really excited about and have been for years. And the prospect of providing short, manageable tidbits of content, manageable for both of us, not too much for me to put out and not too much for you guys to absorb. That whole idea of putting out little bits of content to people on a mailing list, that really seems enjoyable. I don't know what pace I'll do it at. Whether it's once a day, that seems pretty extreme, or once a week, that seems okay. Once every couple weeks seems like not enough. I'll figure something out. But I want to connect with you guys directly about intimacy, sacred sexuality, tantra, whatever you want to call it. Trying to come up with a new name for it, like quantum intimacy. Except I don't know what the word quantum means, and I'd just be using it like every other person, in the self-help world does, to mean whatever I want it to mean. What I'm looking for is a phrase that means the intimacy that breaks the bonds of physics, the intimacy that is at the frontier of knowledge, things that we discover and that scientists may take, I don't know, years, centuries to understand how it works. We're at the edge of these things. We're creating and discovering new realities, and the people who take them apart and figure out how they work, who prove these things are true for all, those people come slower than we do. Not a judgment, simply a reality. We work on faith, and in my case, it's faith in the unknown. It's not faith in a deity. It's faith in myself and others. It's faith in whatever this mysterious place is. I don't need to slap a label on it so I can believe in something. So, there's my rant. I want to talk more about sacred sexuality. Um, Forgive me if I say sacred spirituality. I've been catching myself with that, like unwittingly censoring myself. So let me know. Let me know if you can help me come up with a title, like I said, for the type of intimacy that I'm discussing on this show, and like I said, even in more distilled form via email. For those of you who want more on that topic and don't want to weed through 20, 30 minutes of my tangents on this show, because I'll go wherever my mind goes. I'll talk about a lot of different things here. I don't like to make a plan. I like to just let whatever needs to come out today come out, and know that that's right for me and it's right for you. However, if you want just the sex stuff, which I appreciate, because there's a big part of me that wants to focus on that too. If you want that, I'm going to start an email list. You can find it at joeneely.net/community. That's a place where you can start getting that content. I will, once people start heading over that direction, start creating content for you guys. Like I said, on some kind of a regular basis. I haven't decided. Once a day seems too much, a week seems maybe okay, maybe a little more than that. We'll see. This is one of those things that I need to have the right feeling for how often is right for me and how often is right for you. So any feedback on that, of course, is very welcome. So, back to the main point. As you know, I love to pick a topic and then tangent off of it until I'm done. It's just such a wonderful way to speak with you guys. The main topic today is self-care. I was talking about how I took a couple days off because I just got overwhelmed with the work and the travel, which is really hard work. And I have to recognize it as such. It's not recreational travel, like sitting on a cruise boat drinking orange juice and with ice cubes in it or something, and pineapples or whatever. I guess maybe I should go on a cruise. I'm picturing myself having these lovely fruit drinks. Maybe I should have a fruit drink today, whether or not I'm on a cruise. That might do the trick. Suffice to say, travel's hard, work's hard. Taking time off of work to just travel and get some miles in is stressful because I'm worried about work. I'm worried about, getting my clients back when I get back into it, or, finding new ones and all the rest. And that worry doesn't do me any good. In fact, as I've been traveling without working, I've picked up a few new clients and then declined the offer, said, hey, this isn't the right time, to get started. So I can get new clients. It's, that fear is very unfounded. So hopefully watching my example will help you. I'm going to try to distill this now into something that can work for you. Don't wait until you crash, either getting sick or, if you're like me, just running off into the woods. No work, no travel, just running away from all the things that overwhelm you. Maybe it isn't running away or sickness for you. Maybe you have other ways. Maybe it's anger. Maybe it's doing some unhealthy habits, or, like I said, being upset, treating other people badly, whatever it is that you indulge in when you just have had enough. And notice the warning signs. I've noticed certain warning signs, like when I get overwhelmed, I will start to, eat more poorly. I'll indulge in fast food, which I've been doing for quite a while. I've been eating a lot of fast food in the last month and a half. I was working a lot in March, had really a record-setting month in March. Made more money on the road. Well, I shouldn't say on the road, because I was kind of in one town the whole time. I was in Gainesville. I made more money while camping out and working in cafes, doing this lifestyle. Not having a apartment, let's put it that way. So yeah, I made more money, living in the woods than I ever have before. And that was great. But I did indulge in a lot of fast food, and I have started in other ways to be not quite as vegan and vegetarian as I'd like to be. I found myself, you know, drinking milk occasionally in my coffee instead of almond milk, just because asking the barista for almond milk because I forgot, or going back in line or whatever, just seemed like too much of a hassle. I found myself a couple of times eating meat um, when I was really overwhelmed and just wanted comfort or, you know, quick, convenient food, because going to get something healthier at another store, because, you know, the place I was at didn't have anything, you know, vegan for me. You know, it starts at the edges. It starts at the edges of your self-control and your willpower. Um, we use our willpower to focus on things, even if they're hard for us, and eventually we run out. All of us have a line in different places, or various lines in various places. For me, it's about the amount of work, or the amount of travel, or how strict I'm being with my diet, you know, whatever it is. For you, it may be in different places, but observe yourself. Maybe some of the things I mentioned will be true for you. Maybe you have lines in different places. The way you interact with your family or friends, uh, you know, convenience. I think convenience is really true for a lot of us. Uh, the amount of energy you give to your personal goals, whether you can, you know, have time and energy left over at the end of the day after a full day of work to work on a personal project. Um, I certainly feel that, you know, desire to not only do my paid work for today, but invest in the future, invest in getting the job that I want to get, invest in moving ahead career-wise by really following my passions, which, as you know, is talking to you guys. So, yeah, when you don't have energy for stuff, when you find yourself indulging in convenience or fast food or whatever it is, or if not fast food, just healthier, less healthy food than what you were eating before. So, this is still fresh for me. You can see some emotions on my face. I'm still kind of working my way through this process of balancing. I'm feeling emotions because there's a part of me that still wants to run away. And I feel that I've run away enough and that I can travel today. Like I said, balancing wise, I'm going to start taking time off on the weekends. I've been working as a freelancer whenever the work pops up on the website, which can mean 7 days a week. Like I said, back in March, I worked a lot. I probably had a couple days off here and there, but I worked a lot of those days. And then I felt that I just wanted to take time off and travel, but that, you know, didn't help too much. Yes, I was working less, but I was still traveling and pushing myself really hard physically. And of course, willpower that it takes to do physical work is the same willpower it takes to do mental work. A couple days ago, right before I crashed, I was spending a day in the coffee shop working on my own business. You know, like I said, not paid work for other people's companies, but working on my own company, and that was too much. I had a little bit of work to do for a client, and that, in addition to kind of stretching out, like I said, and doing some new things like the email list, was too much. I told the client I needed some time off. I stopped trying to work on my own business, and I ran off into the woods, with the idea and the fantasy maybe that maybe I would never come back. Maybe I would never make myself work that hard again. Maybe I would just run off into the woods. And after a while of that, I realized that I really do want to do these things, travel and work and expand my business and work for other people's companies and all that stuff. I've been working in that direction for a while. I've been having these conversations with you and building up my web presence as this guy for a long time now. These are things that I do want to do, but if I force myself to do them too much, then then I stop. It's happened before, and it'll hopefully not happen again. So, what I really want to do is get back on the road today. Um, the funny thing is that my geography has matched my mental state. I've actually found myself going up the wrong path. There's a large obstacle, which is a gigantic kind of wildlife refuge that I'm trying to avoid because I want to go to either side of it and be able to access coffee shops and grocery stores and all the places I like to go instead of stocking up on groceries and taking like a 3 or 4 day cycle through the woods. Um, I find that the convenience and comfort of hitting a coffee shop every 2 days or so, maybe every day, or maybe every other day, it feels really good. And it's nice to meet people. It's nice to sit down in a nice air-conditioned place and give my body a chance to relax and rejuvenate. Not to mention enjoy the social benefits of being around people. So, yeah, what I'm going for here, I know I'm rambling a bit, but like I said, you're probably used to it. There's a fly, you know. What I'm really going for here is better balance. I'm really looking at the idea of taking weekends off. I'm in the middle of the week right now, so I'm going to not do my paid work. I've already, told the clients I'm on break, so I figure I won't do any paid work until next Monday. Jump back online, get in touch with clients, and just see if I can start taking weekends off. It's scary. I'm worried I won't make enough money if I only work 5 days a week. But that's crazy. I need to take time off for myself. Um, any clients that don't understand that or need me to work on the weekends can be replaced by other ones that do. Ultimately, if I can protect my time off, it's a problem a lot of entrepreneurs face. They work for themselves, they're really eager to be their own boss, and, they go full steam. And I'm the kind of person where I can go full steam for a while on my travel, on this crazy lifestyle I've created. But I need sustainability. So I'm working on that weekend thing, rolling it around in my brain. I have some time to make a decision. I've certainly agreed with myself to, not do any work until Monday. So at least this weekend I'll be taking off. And really jump in and see if I can make that work. It's scary. I may make a little less money in the short term, but let's face it, by taking this unplanned time off and telling all my clients I was unavailable until further notice, that does more damage than a weekend would ever do. Weekends are predictable. I can tell people when I'm available. Whew. So it's scary. We have these ideas that we can't make it unless we do these huge heroic ventures, that we can't make it, unless we do it all at once, do it too fast, put in too much energy, and then just burn ourselves out. Man, I am really good at burning myself out. This is something I'm going to let go of. So, like I said, whatever your version of running off into the woods is, be aware of your limits. Watch them start creeping up and make those hard decisions to not work. Or work on something else. I think that if I did work on my own projects, that would help, because I would feel more connected with what I'm doing than with work that I do for hire. That being said, if I do enough of that work, yes, it invigorates me in one way to feel that I'm moving ahead on my own business. But if I do too much of that work, it'll have the same result. I'll still have to take time off. So ultimately, we need time off. We need to work both on our survival work for today. Like me, I need, in order to get water, I need to cycle into town. That's survival. We also have, work that we do for pay so that we can survive in the sense of, watching our savings go up instead of down. Um, you know, there's different layers to it. But as you can see, I'm still pretty emotional about this. And I really need to face that fear like I'm doing right now of just saying, hey, I have limits and I can still survive even if I don't heroically push beyond those limits all the time. That I can have an amazing life, that I can be my own boss, that I can travel the world, that I can have the career I want talking to you guys, and learning more and more and sharing more and more about sacred sexuality, which is my passion. I can have all that. And you can have whatever it is that you're deeply passionate about. The trick is if you push yourself to get there too fast, you'll probably run out of energy. Yes, you can manifest more energy. Yes, you can reduce your stress and increase your speed. Those are all things that through affirmations and law of attraction and all that you can create. And that's certainly something that I'm working on creating. A great affirmation for that is, I feel good when I work. I feel great when I work. I feel satisfied when I work. Well, those are 3 affirmations. I'm an improviser, so I like to throw out a lot of things that are in a cloud when I do affirmations. You know, um, Instead of repeating the same phrase over and over again. But do whatever works for you. Um, Sometimes just repeating an affirmation works. I am safe is probably the best affirmation to repeat over and 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 over again. I am safe, and so are you. Let's leave it there. I love you all very much. Look up all the different ways you can connect with me, find my content, both in written, spoken form on various topics, all the different things that I put out there into the world. All of that can be found at joeneely.net/community. You'll even find the email list that I mentioned. There'll be a spot on there that you can sign up at the bottom of that page. So, join me on this journey and let's all be balanced and love ourselves and take care of ourselves as much as we possibly can. And then manifest beyond those possibilities. I love you all very much. Thanks for being my friends. Bye bye.